Playoff implications tonight in the Bluff City. It's the regular season home finale for Memphis 901 FC. They won another home match in the playoffs. Will El Paso derail those hopes? We'll find out next from Memphis. Very good evening. It's a chilly night here in downtown Memphis as the El Paso Locomotive visit Memphis 901 FC. Big playoff implications on the line for both of these clubs here tonight. Very good evening. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Enda Crahan. And Enda coming in tonight, Memphis wanting another home match, but El Paso trying to secure that spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, El Paso, we looked at the table there, have to win tonight with the teams chasing. And as we said, Memphis 901, massive game if they want a chance of a home match here in the playoffs. So two teams chasing, it's going to be a cracker.
Well, for El Paso coming in, they're going to rely in the midfield for a guy that's taken a lot of shots, Denis Kostesian.
Yeah, Denis Kostesian, the Ukrainian, flying with shots, 59 shots this season, 4 goals, maybe not the goal tally he wanted, but this man can do it all. He left-footed, right-footed, late runs in the box, and is a real danger outside the box for Stephen Glass's side tonight, so they're going to really have to watch him.
Meanwhile, for Memphis 901 FC, also in the midfield out of Brazil, Luis Fernando will try to control things tonight for Memphis.
Yeah, he's just crafty, skillful, pacey, 7 goals, 3 assists this season. He's been integral to all the big things that 901 have done. And again, if we can get Luis on the ball, 1v1, isolating defenders, we have a chance tonight, and Stephen Glass will no doubt be pushing to get the ball to him wide as much as they can.
It's the home stretch in the USL. The playoffs are looming. Just 2 matches remaining, including tonight. We'll have the lineups and get things started when we come back to AutoZone Park next.
Bad Boy Mowers. Born here, raised here, tested here, and proven here. With advanced engineering and power, a groundbreaking 3-link suspension, and personalized settings built for here, the fields, front lawns, and backyards of America. Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
It's time to cash in on your home equity with our great low interest rates. We offer 1.99% APR for the first 6 months. If you're thinking about a major remodeling project, purchasing a new vehicle, funding a dream vacation, or more, a home equity line of credit from First South Financial is a great way to make that happen. Offer ends soon. To find out more, visit firstsouth.com or give us a call at 901-380-7400 today for details.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. I'm talking with longtime customers about why they love the Shot Nurse. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need, and I don't need an appointment. I love it.
For efficient wellness and immunization services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice.
Solutions you need with the personal touch. The Shot Nurse.
Welcome back downtown Memphis tonight at AutoZone Park, and it's about time to get started. Anytime you see the guitar get smashed, and again, big match for these clubs. A little bit different aspect on the line for each club, but still very huge. Memphis 901 FC, their lineup's presented by AutoZone. As you see, In net tonight, rather El Paso, excuse me, Benny Diaz. He's played every match, started 32 matches. There you see Castigian right in front of him, so they're going to actually build a little bit from the back with Castigian tonight. Yeah,
Castigian, I have no doubt, is crafty left-footed player, and like we talked about, you know, lots of shots, picking up the ball outside the box. He's going to be massive tonight for them, and we're going to really have to watch him.
Meanwhile, what El Paso is going to face is a Memphis attack here, and there will be a new face in the lineup tonight for Memphis 901 FC. Richard Sanchez will be in net, but you take a look at how they're going to line up. They'll try to push up, try to get some early goals, set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, home game, you know, implications on the line with playoffs. No doubt that it's going to be end-to-end stuff, just kind of like last week. So, you know, let's hope for a good start from Memphis 901.
Well, we are about ready to go here from AutoZone Park. And we'll see who is able to dictate the pace early here in this match. Memphis 901 FC and their navy blues, and then you'll see the light blues. That will be the El Paso Locomotive. Let's take a look at Richard Sanchez. Now, he's going to bring over some experience. That's some MLS experience.
Yeah, I think over 30 games in the MLS. I think he's also represented Mexico at under 21 level. You don't get to those type of levels without having the quality. So, you know, great addition to Memphis 901 for this back end of the season.
Came over from Hartford a couple of seasons ago, had 27 appearances for the Chicago Fire, got signed by the LA Galaxy. Did not make any appearance for the big club, but did play for LA Galaxy too in the USL.
Yep.
So we'll see how we start things off here. Underway tonight as we have kicked things off at AutoZone Park. Right now, El Paso backed up. Nice pressure early on up front by Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis pressing, and El Paso just, you know, they seem like intent to really just try to play everything out. So, I mean, that can be a benefit for 901 if they can get the press right early and really pick them off high up the pitch.
So McFadden works with the ball. And now we'll see Memphis 901 FC on offense for the first time and see what kind of possession they can come up with and stay organized. That will be a key Ward. Ward works the near sideline. So Memphis will get some spacing, reorganize. Turchi back to the keeper, and they'll swing it. Imagine a match like this with so much on the light tonight, and as you'll see, a lot of adrenaline the first 5 or 10 minutes. Things then begin to settle in for the 90 minutes.
Yeah, both of them now look, you know, it'll be probably a back and forth at some point of this game. But yeah, the first early stages here, you see little clip balls, you see it just kind of feeling each other out. Just nobody wants to concede early. That's the key tonight.
So the Locomotive have something going. Couple down toward the 18. Nothing doing for El Paso, and Memphis able to work it back to the middle third. Long ball, through ball, nice pass to DaCosta. DaCosta has a slam on the brakes as they cut down the angle. Diaz did a nice job coming out, not allowing the angle, and Memphis will reorganize. Little pressure up top. Now Ward able to set it. Nifty pass back out to Casiedo. High again to Fernando. And that's going to turn it over. A little bit too far ahead that time.
Yeah, a little bit too far ahead of him. But just going back to Rodrigo DaCosta, what a pass from Jeremy Kelly. And he was actually in. I was shocked he didn't pull the trigger on his right foot. We obviously know he's, you know, well known for that left foot, but I think he'll look back on that one, Jeff, and think he probably could have pulled the trigger on it.
Look at Stephen Glass, presented by XMC, and what a job he's done here in his first season.
Yeah, Stephen's been brilliant. Obviously, never easy to come in and take over any job, but especially, you know, Memphis had such a great season last year. Massive pressure to come in and make the playoffs and other areas. They've done really good in the offseason as well with the signings, and especially as well, Stephen has picked up some fantastic players. Obviously, McFadden being a highlight with his connections with Atlanta United.
Got it on the right side. 901 FC, 13-9 and 10. They're +5 in the scoring margin. 49 points on the season, sitting tied for 4th. Trying to get that final home playoff spot. Top of the 18 from about 25 yards out, and a nice save by Diaz. That time they were eyeing Kisiedu on the backside. El Paso able to get the clear, but Memphis retains possession of the offensive third before they move it back to the middle part of the pitch.
What a strike from Erin Malloy. What a strike. He's done really well, Diaz, because that was going to be nestling in the top bin.
Ward with a touch. You'll see 5 along the back line for El Paso. Memphis has scored 54 goals this year. They've taken 423 shots. So do not want to allow the lanes in the organization. For Memphis, a heel touch, looking for the pass. Diaz quickly out of the box on that.
Yeah, again, we see once that ball gets into Rodrigo da Costa, whether it's he's just so crafty. He can hold it up, he can flick it, he can turn you. Such a difficult guy to defend, really.
Now Diaz will take a look. Don't quite think he got what he wanted on that clearance as they sit back in their defensive third. And again, El Paso's packed it back in tonight, 5 along that back line. They've gone with that 5-3-2 formation the last 7 matches. You got to play with the personnel that you've got.
Yeah, I mean, 5 when they're defending, but when they're attacking, if they can get it right, 3 centre backs, push those wing backs really high, it can become very difficult for 901, especially pressing with the 2 forwards as well for El Paso. So obviously that's, they've come here with intent, try to score goals and not concede them when they do lose the ball. So like we knew, Jeff, this was going to be, it's going to be a nail biter here tonight.
Kelly looking left side to Kisiedu. So into the 6th minute here. Majority of the 5.5 minutes played have been in the El Paso half as the Locomotive now try to push forward. Castesian gets his first touch of the match. You'll see them bring Diaz up. He's well above the 18.
Yeah, it's just a fluid the way they play. Obviously the sign of a keeper that is really good with his feet to step that high and be so comfortable. We see Castesian as well. Obviously, it looks like he's a central player, but he doesn't mind drifting wide, and we're really going to have to watch that tonight, because if he gets on the ball, he is dangerous.
Memphis now along the left side. They'll switch sides of the field. Long pass, a little bit too much spin that time to Luis Fernando out of Brazil, our player to highlight tonight. A little bit off of him. Meanwhile, for El Paso, their head coach, Brian Clairhot, brought to you by XMC Technologies. He was named head coach December 15th of 2022 and has done a nice job, has them in an opportunity for the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. He's, again, it's never easy to take over a job, and, Clairhot has done a really good job coming in and, making sure the ship stays steady.
Plays for one of the unique universities from 04 to 06. Played for St. Peter's, the Peacocks.
Yeah, in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Into the 7th minute as they talk things over with Rodrigo da Costa.
Rodrigo looks like he's just shocked by the talking to.
Kellen Rodozov, our referee, assistants Jennifer Gardner, Kevin Hewitt, Donovan Eubank, the 4th official tonight. Now right side for El Paso, trying to gain some possession, and there's a foul as Turchi just got into the back of him.
Turchi's been quite the story this year. Obviously, midfielder, we saw a lot of him last year as well and early this season, and then they've dropped him back into centre half, and I think it's been a great fit for him.
Diaz extends his range over to Rose. Rose up to the center circle. Now Memphis again will force El Paso back. Big push that time by Lapa, and then some pretty stiff contact that time by Laurent Kisiedu. So early on, relatively physical match in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, a few tackles flying. It's almost like a local derby or something here tonight. But hey, it's again, when you have 2 teams like this, it's. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Nobody's going to want to lose. Nobody's going to give up ground. So you might see a lot of late tackles as well if they have to.
Long ball by Diaz over the top. Nothing doing that time for El Paso as they will try to gain possession, and a trip and another foul on Memphis. That time they were looking for Castigian again to move up the right side. He'll be tripped up behind by Bruno Lapa. So here's an opportunity now for El Paso as we take another look at the contact.
Yeah, it's just awkward, really. Kind of a, as we say, that's kind of an attacker's defensive tackle. It's not what he wants to be doing, right?
Well, I think once you get the knee up, regardless of how severe the contact, the official's going to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's an easy one for him.
Castigian on the right. He'll take the kick. Headed away by Memphis. And possession retained by El Paso. Castigian now right side. Navarro will send it back a little bit out of the range, and Cavillo will have to gather it. Cavillo had some NASL experience of the Cosmos and a little MLS with San Jose, and national experience. Played on the under 17, 19 El Salvador team that part of the qualification for the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. There's a blast from the past, the Cosmos as well.
El Paso works right side yet again. Trying to switch sides. Now they may have something working. Memphis 3 along the back line. 3-4 building from the back defensively. Cavillo. Quick punch that time looking for Navarro, and they break loose. Here's an opportunity. Cross, and it's just a little bit behind. Nice pass by Miles Lyon through the box.
Yeah, great ball into the box. I tell you what, Richard Sanchez, that was a difficult one, but he got a really strong hand on it and actually forced it away from a tap-in. If you watch, actually, you know, because his hand is so strong on it, it actually flicks it away. So that's a really good save from him. He'll no doubt a great start to his Memphis career, because that was a difficult one to deal with.
Just inches away from Aaron Gomez, or he would have had his 6th goal, and El Paso could have been looking at a 1-0 advantage in the 11th minute.
Yeah, those are difficult, really difficult balls.
So 901 FC will build from the back and reorganize. Over the top, nothing doing that time. Teams will exchange headers, and they'll get it back to Diaz. Diaz, 32 matches started this year, 46 goals, 1.44 goals against average. He's come up with 84 saves and 130 shots faced. He's picked up 10 clean sheets this season.
Oof, that's a lot, yeah. That's might be the battle of the keepers tonight. 2 experienced boys in the nets.
Well, as anticipated, after the first 10 minutes, you see things settle in now.
Yeah. Yeah, Memphis had the early stages, and, you know, as it gone on, I think El Paso have grown into it now.
Long ball to Lyons. It's Lyons again, trying to turn the corner. Outstanding job that time by Akeem Ward. He comes over, able to knock it away, but he also picks up the whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's... I'm not sure it's a corner. I'd have to see it again, but Akeem was not happy. He did really well, like you said, and I think he felt like they would put it out of play. Here, we'll see it. Yeah, it looks like Akeem plays it, and then he kicks it out.
So we got Castigian to take the corner. Cavillo will come up. They'll just tap it to him. They'll set it up from about 30 off the back of Malloy. Go Castigian acting as the setup man, though, to Cavillo. They wanted a long-range shot. Nothing doing. They still have an opportunity here. Memphis puts 4 into the back as the Lions sent it in just briefly, and now we'll see what Fernando can do with it.
Tell you what, that corner was tight to try to whip it. I think Castigian went out there with the intention of maybe whipping it in the box and then realized how tight it was.
Through to Lapa, now they'll work it up. Trying to find Casiedo. Lapa battles with Castigian. Well, he'll shield him from the ball. Trying to get some space. They'll end up turning it over and get the throw in for Memphis. Memphis, a nice opportunity here deep in El Paso territory.
Yeah, any of these opportunities high up the pitch, Memphis will look to recycle the ball left to right and try to create an opportunity to isolate.
A mistake and a little bit of dangerous territory as Sanchez had to come way out to help on that. Simple little things like that get magnified late in the season.
Yeah, just the ball just got away from him, but you can see the experience of Sanchez. Hand out, you know, leave it to me, and you know, so far so good for the ex-Hartford goalie.
Out to Navarro from Barcelona, started with RCD España. Actually played a little bit, 2018 for Watford before coming over to the States. So into the 15th minute, as you can pretty much see with the naked eye, Memphis is dominated with possession at about 65.3%. Had good success on the duels so far. Rose gets it to the middle. Long to the left. El Paso. They've got Lions trailing in the 18, Knutson, and that one's going to come through, and Sanchez not going to allow the cross to make it through.
Yeah, he's done well again there. He's done really well. Great little ball again. And again, they're trying to do what we're trying to do, right? Isolate, get at McFadden. Difficult, driven ball, but Sanchez is well able for that. And something to remember as well, I think, you know, we talk about the turf here, but El Paso actually plays in a baseball stadium as well, if I do remember. So I don't think it's going to be much of a factor for them. They seem to be handling it no problem.
And you've got Fernando down. It looks like he may be favoring his lower back.
Yeah, this is a worry.
Or hamstring, potentially. And so Fernando down, they're going to have to come out and check on him. They will bring out the staff. So had a decent flow of the match going after things got settled down. We'll see how this affects it. We know this will give us a little bit extra time tacked on to the end of the first half. El Paso back on their heels the first 10 minutes, but over the last 6 minutes, they've done a really nice job. Injury report brought to you by Campbell Clinic. Graham Smith, the only one out for Memphis, and that's actually going to be on suspension due to yellow card accumulation. And then you're looking at 5 for El Paso. So a little bit out of sorts with as many injuries as they have. Yeah,
lots of injuries there. Graham Smith, obviously a huge loss as well for 901, but coping well so far.
All right, let's take a look at how this happened.
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
He might have just jerked his back wrong when he kind of stepped into the turf, maybe.
So gives a thumbs up, and that's usually the indication that I'm good to go.
I'm all right with that.
Back over to Richard Sanchez out of Mission Hills, California. Good frame at 6'3", 200. He's come up with a couple of big opportunities thus far tonight on some crossing opportunities for El Paso.
Going back to the stats there, Jeff, you know, obviously 901 have dominated possession in a lot of games we've seen, but I'm sure Stephen Glass will he'd take not dominating possession and get that all-elusive goal that they need tonight to kind of maybe settle the nerves a wee bit as well.
Heavy contact at midfield. As that looks like that's going to be Aaron Gomez. He's second on the team with 5 goals, 36 shots taken out of Durango, Mexico, 3 seasons with Juarez. Vomsteeg got into the back of it.
Yeah, Vomsteeg, and we don't need him getting a yellow card this early. So far, the refs keeping those cards in his pocket.
So McHugh works it back, Diaz. You know, it speaks to the confidence they have in Diaz, too. Anytime you give a keeper free reign, it's one thing to come to the top of the 18. It's another thing to see, as we've seen in the first 19 minutes, to come 25, 30, 35 yards out.
Absolutely, yeah. You see more and more keepers and, you know, teams, even at the college level, recruiting a keeper that can kind of step up and maybe be that extra player on the ball to maybe release another player, you know. Oh. Just as we give him props, he's giving the ball away to Aaron Malloy.
So Memphis works the middle, out right side, Lapa. Organize a little bit of space to Kelly. Swinging it to the right side. 4 across top of the 18 for Memphis. McFadden dribbles, out of trouble. Anytime you face a club like El Paso that plays a 5 in the back, limits your passing lanes.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. Like, you can see there's just no space once they get in possession high up the park. It's going to have to be really something, you know, a bit of craftiness from Rodrigo da Costa or something. They're going to have to break that down, especially when they lock into the back 5. Now, transitions obviously is going to be a little bit different when, you know, when they're higher up the pitch and there's space in the wide areas and draw one of the centre backs out.
In early in the match, as we are now, 20th minute, about to get into the 21st minute, you still want them to be a little precise. You don't want to just throw on shots to throw on shots. Late in the match, when you're looking to get that goal, that may be when you transition to.
Obviously, they're, you know, right now they're just kind of patient as well, and obviously 901 don't want to lose the ball, because when they do break out of that back 5, I think they're good enough to cause you a lot of trouble.
And it's going to be Kelly whistled for the foul. Again, it's Kelly and Gomez, and that's a matchup that's really developing there in midfield.
Yeah, it seems to be. And now the game has gone a bit scrappy. Obviously, we had Memphis with its first 10 minutes. El Paso had a little, you know, few minutes, and now it's kind of foul, you know, lose the ball. It's ref's going to have a job on his hands tonight, I think.
Well, sent away by Liam Rose from Australia. Played on the Australian under 17 and 20 teams by way of the Northridge Bulls. And again, another foul. So now El Paso with Petrovic being tripped up, caught one in the high ankle. He's out of Sweden. Slowly, with a couple of fouls,
it's
improving their position.
Yeah, scrappy now, giving away. I'm wondering though, at what point is the ref going to throw cards around, you know? Maybe that one's a little bit soft. But a dangerous area.
So the Lions in the middle, potentially waiting for the kick. It looks like Cavillo up just a bit high. Some movement and a free ball, and a nice job by the 901 defense as Sanchez had gone to his right, leaving the net wide open. Then a little push from behind. It looks like Eric McHugh.
Yeah, it's getting
a little love tap.
It's getting, he just gave a little nudge to Malloy and said, you know, I'm here. Rodrigo's not happy, looking for the card. And like I said, at some point, it's going to come out here. It has to. They're going to push the referee's nerves too far now. Here we see it. Malloy's seen it out of play. To be honest, looking at it from that angle, he's raised his leg. He's gone in for it.
The arm gets extended too.
Yeah, he's got his money's worth there.
By the way, on the replay, you saw that was Akeem Ward that made that really nice clearance.
Yeah.
Sanchez went down. The net was wide open.
Yeah.
If Akeem doesn't come away with it, again, you're looking at potentially a 1-0 match.
Yeah, you know, actually, the El Paso got a great position. He's obviously looking to flick it to the back post, and Akeem with a brilliant little flick header.
Well, run of play will continue despite just a little bit of contact. Churchy back. No real option but to send it out of bounds, and now they'll have an opportunity on the throw-in about 10 yards high the goal line. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Maybe more like 15.
Yeah, growing into it though, El Paso. Starting to feel it now in the 23rd minute. We haven't called Kisiedu very much tonight. We haven't called, you know, the main players that we want them on the football.
A little congestion along the back line. Memphis trying to find some room. They're just going to work the sideline. Nice clearance by 901. That will be headed out, and El Paso looking to get it in quickly by Navarro. So El Paso works the right side. We'll see if they swing it to the far side of the pitch. So they've got a little space right now.
Yeah, El Paso seem they're quite comfortable with playing around you. They're quite comfortable bending the ball around you from distance, going long. You know, they look like a difficult team to play against in terms of, you know, 901. We obviously know that they want to play nice football left to right. The style is there, the way they play, but El Paso is kind of, they don't mind going direct, and sometimes that can be tough. We saw San Antonio here earlier in the season. I mean, that was super direct and very difficult to deal with. So difficult when a team can do both, kind of, are comfortable at both.
Well, first meeting between these two clubs in their history, so they've never seen each other. But what you can gather, I think, from watching El Paso now, a very patient club, and they're going to kind of wait for you to make the mistake to take advantage of it.
Yeah, especially like I said in the 3-5-2, when they sit in the back five, they're looking for an option, and same thing up higher up the pitch. You know, if the ball's lost from 901, two strikers, wing backs, it's tough if they lose it, especially when they get all those players high.
Colin Mayer battles with Fernando, and that will be out of bounds. Memphis quickly trying to get it back in. Here in the 26th minute, looking for Kisiedu, headed away. Ward has a chance to maneuver. Couldn't get through the double team.
No, and this is the danger here now. You see transition. Well cut out from Malloy.
That will be off of Malloy's leg. Could not keep it in bounds. So El Paso again works from the back.
Yeah, using that keeper as an extra man.
You sent well too long. You mentioned a couple times their transition game, their counterattack game. We've seen it a couple times already tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to defend against, and obviously 901 want to play that left to right, try and hit Rodrigo's feet. You know, it's good football 901 play, but there is a lot of danger. We saw it against like the likes of Hartford with the pace they brought and how difficult it can be when you lose that ball. You ride your luck sometimes in it.
Spinning out of trouble, and a nice pass to Kisiedu. They'll isolate on him before he finds Malloy again. Malloy through the middle, touched up, looking for Lapa. Lapa trying to make something out of it, and he retains possession for 901 FC. And this is where a team's patience is tested. Here's Vom Stieg through to Kisiedu. El Paso again able to force Memphis outside the 18. Memphis though with possession. Kelly out to Ward. And as you look at this, you talk to a team, and I imagine the message is just be patient in the match right now.
Yeah.
Wait for something in the open up. Do not force things. That's where El Paso will then create a counterattack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that'll be both, you know, both teams will probably have that message. You know, be patient. Hey, we're going to get a chance. You know, obviously El Paso want to get into that back five.
Here's a chance, but written off the ball. That's McHugh against Lapa. McHugh, a nice job there.
That's great stuff from 901, though. That's what we want. Obviously, quick transition. They're not able to settle into the five, and then it leaves space. Brilliant little dummy run by Lapa, and just couldn't get the finish.
There's a nice second touch by DaCosta as well, trying to get it up to Lapa. Memphis an opportunity here on the Celtic Crossing corner kick. Be taken by Malloy. 6 assists on the year for Malloy. Not a bad thought going to the backside, that time looking for Kelly for the header. Just put something to the 18, see if you can get some kind of deflection or some sort of bounce.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit too long. Obviously, maybe that was worked in the training ground to maybe, you know, someone back post and clip and put it back across the box. But we know Aaron Malloy can put absolute whip on them balls as well. But back to, I'm sure Stephen Glass has said as well, try not let them settle into the back five. If you can win it and go quick, because obviously it becomes more difficult when they are able to settle in.
First opportunity when you're within 25 yards, I'd imagine, as you're saying, make the attack, don't hesitate. Yeah. You've got to push forward immediately. Yeah,
don't hesitate. I even thought Vom Stieg there a few minutes ago, he stepped in. He played someone in the box, I can't remember who it was, but he could have had a shot as well. You know, and it may be a night for these strikes outside distance. We saw Malloy already, you know, pull a great save from Diaz outside the box. So maybe the message will be as well, get more shots off, test this keeper.
Ball wrestled away from Costigan, and here's an opportunity, one-on-one, as Fernando could not beat out Diaz. And there's a benefit of Diaz playing out aggressively, or else that would have been maybe advantage 901 FC.
Yeah, absolutely. He's sweeper keeper, well able to come out and deal with that. Maybe a little bit of hesitation on the through ball as well, but a little bit better from 901.
Lions wide. We've seen him make a couple of nice crosses tonight. Here in the 31st minute, Navarro. Touches that back to Cavillo. And Memphis may have a counter opportunity. Long ball ahead of Kisiedu. Ward will just take a second here, settle in. Allow his club to reorganize in the 31st minute of the opening half. Chance here. Kisiedu swings it to the right side, looking for Lapa, as you talked about. If Lapa goes, may have that initial opportunity. Still a chance for Memphis. Ward gets through and scores.
What a strike.
Ward did not hesitate. Just inside the 18, a deflection, and looked like off one of the Locomotive players. Had Diaz moving initially, it looked like to his right, ball deflected back to the left.
Hey, listen, at this point you take it if you're Stephen Glass and Memphis 901 and the fans and everybody inside the stadium. We'll have to get another look at it, but hey, if he's putting it on frame, gets a little nick, you take those all day. So here we see it. Kisiedu involved. Yeah, just a little nick to take it away from the keeper.
Looked like it may have hit the back of Navarro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the side of his leg or something, but brilliant from 901. I mean, just before that as well, Kisiedu, who I said earlier, we haven't heard a lot about. Now he's starting to get into the game, and he's obviously involved, him and Lapa, and integral to that goal.
So Ward is in the books with the goal. To go along with a couple of assists that he has had this year. Third goal of the season in the 31st minute.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of this year where he struck from distance, so we know he can strike the ball. And it is on frame without the deflection, so he's claiming that all day, Jeff. There's no doubt in my mind. But hey, you need that little bit of luck as well, right? You have to have it. Sports, football, and any sport you play, you can be brilliant. You can be exceptional at everything, but you still need that little bit of luck in order to go that extra yard.
So 901 FC after the goal quickly back down into the attacking third. So back up high, and Memphis will now send it back to Sanchez. And now it's where you have to really be leery of a potential counter. You've broken through. You've got your early goal. Not early. You're in the latter third of the opening half. You would like to take that one goal lead into the locker room, but still a lot of time to play here in the first.
Yeah, it's always dangerous after a team scores, obviously you're going to expect the reaction from the coach, from the players. So this is a big 7, 8, 10 minutes here for 901.
Send it through over the lines again. He's done a nice job out here on the wing tonight. Navarro into midfield. Over to Liam Rose. Maybe just a little miscommunication. No harm that time. They punched it over McHugh's head. And Memphis trying to press again, so El Paso just going to go over the top. See if they can catch possession. And they will. It's going to be out of bounds. They're going to be able to throw it in.
I expect El Paso now to maybe push a little bit more here, try to get an equalizer before the halftime whistle, which again, if Memphis can weather the bit of a storm, they might be able to hit him on the counter and nick another one.
Back to McHugh. McHugh over to Castesian.
Look where Castesian is now. I mean, he's so deep.
Through midfield now, Memphis an opportunity to press. Opportunity to push forward as well. And just a little too far, trying to go to the sideline. They had it set up, but Fernando comes away with that. They've got three in the middle if he can get across.
And that's it. You know, it was a great little tackle by Vom Steeg. They were looking for a foul, never a foul, and they're away. So again, as they push now more, it's going to leave a little bit more holes in the back three, and it's going to draw the three centre backs to have to come wide.
Be a foot race into the back corner. Taken away by Kelly. Hands it over to Malloy. Malloy now takes it just off to the right. 36th minute here. Keem Ward with the goal in the 31st minute to give Memphis the 1-0 advantage. Again, looking to go over the top, trying to find Kisiedu. One chance to maneuver with it. He'll give it up to Kelly. Try to give and go, did not get good contact. Here's an opportunity, Petrovic.
Lapa was lucky there, but great reaction from him. He was on his bike the minute he lost it to try and get it back. He didn't even wait for the gaffer to scream at him.
You can tell Memphis now when Diaz comes out, they've made a little bit of adjustment. Concede to Costa just hanging around to see if he makes just a subtle mistake dribbling with the ball outside of the 18. Yeah,
they're just a little bit higher as well. Like obviously, seeing if he will make that mistake, like you said. So it's, it's a little more aggressive as well from 901. So obviously still got to see this half out. So, but they're quite comfortable with the balls over the top. You saw Turchi there. It's not like, we see them when they play Hartford where they have that blistering pace. I think Turchi's well able to deal with these boys tonight so far, him and Vom Steeg. So that enables you to maybe be higher up the pitch, Jeff, as well, and press a little bit more.
McFadden push from behind. That'll be a foul. We have a free kick for Memphis. What will be fun to watch now tonight with DaCosta, or if they make a substitution at some point in the second half, will be when Stephen Glass tells him to make a quick move. You're sitting there around 5 to 10 yards away of Diaz at some point. Try to catch him sleeping, maybe make a quick push at him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there'll be they might step it up, but any sort of DaCosta's such a poacher. You're not going to have to tell him too much. If he thinks he sniffs something out, he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone.
It's good that we're looking to the back post that time, nothing doing, and I'll bring up a goal kick here for Memphis. Now, for the first time this season, as you've seen the fans in the crowd, the jackets and the caps out.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
time Memphis was here, you're still in
It's my
t-shirts
kind of weather.
and shorts. Yes.
It's Irish weather. I'm all right with it. I'm waving at the heat as it leaves. See you later.
See you next season.
See you next year. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Teams exchanged some headers. Dangerous that time. Luis Fernando got his hands up. Caught it off the chest, though. Here's Kisiedu again. Nice pass to Kelly. Kelly looking for the back door. A little bit high of DaCosta. Not a bad sequence for Memphis. No result out of it, though. Good one-on-one here between Vom, Stieg, and Gomez. Cavillo comes to help out. El Paso maintains possession. They may have something working here. And now into the attacking third. Trying for the cross. They get it high to Navarro. And I think they were looking really for Knudsen, that was hanging out about 15 yards out.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't even meant for him. Yeah.
Oh, and that time, it's pretty hard contact. I believe incidental, though. I believe that's Lyons. Yes, Lyons that got into him. They're going to call out the staff again. Caught one in the head, it looked like.
Yeah, looks like he's in.
It's Kisiedu,
Yeah,
who is
a lot of pain, it looks like.
You could tell by the initial reaction. Two Lions got up, and we're gonna see here. Yeah, they were just both going for the ball. Unfortunate for Kisiedu.
Yeah, yeah.
And really, as you look at the replay, it's more of Kisiedu going into the back when they were just going for the header.
And I don't know if he got his head just kind of clipped him as well, and they both kind of banged maybe heads and shoulder. Look, I don't know. He definitely was in a bit of discomfort, but good to see him back on his feet.
Well, it's the second time we've had a stoppage. Here's another look at it from a different angle. Oh, it looked like he got him on the chin.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, second time you've had the staff come out to a player, so anticipate a 3 minutes. We'll see when they list it.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more.
3, yeah. Here we go. DaCosta's down.
No, he pleads his
He's
case.
bleeding. He's bleeding. But to be fair, there's been a lot of tough challenges that he's kept the cards in his pocket.
You were talking earlier, it looked like a crosstown derby, and that's interesting because that is the first time these teams met. The way they're playing, you would think they play twice a season.
Yeah, no love lost already in the tackles and everything.
Header, and they were looking for Lapa. Touch to DaCosta, and they'll lose it out of bounds. Memphis keeps it, though. McFadden do throw it in here in the 43rd minute. Sends it through. We'll see what Memphis has in store. Malloy shoots off of Diaz's hands.
Offside. Good chance again, and like I said, I think shots from outside the box are going to be hugely important tonight. If they can maybe nick another one, it opens up for them a few times. Good strike, good save.
We talked about no hesitation. Malloy made the drop step to his left and saw the net and put it on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you don't have to tell him twice to pull the trigger, so it's good to see.
At minimum 2 minutes remaining. We anticipate 2 to 3 to be added on.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Jeff, and say 3 minutes.
And this is always the dangerous territory if you're the team leading, trying to get to the locker room, not give up the counterattack.
Yeah, you want to get to the locker room at this point.
Now Kelly got his arms extended, and you could see that one up here.
Ball is rolling.
They tried to quick kick it. They're going to bring him back.
I'll be interested to see as well, Jeff, if he keeps this up, the ref, right, in the second half. A lot of fouls, you know, definitely some cards that should have been maybe given. Does he keep the same attitude in the second half? Or when it starts to get really intense, if El Paso's chasing the game, or does he start brandishing more cards? Very, very interesting to see.
Well, I will give him credit. Kalen Radizov, the referee, even though he didn't issue a yellow card, was able to talk and kind of get control of things.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. It's what you want to see.
Dangerous opportunity. Sanchez knocks it away on the shot. One of their best opportunities. They had 4 El Paso players inside the 18 on the cross, able to get the deflection.
Yeah,
fantastic. And now Memphis may counter. Quick touch, and Diaz quickly out, slides in front of Lapa.
That was a fantastic save again by Richard Sanchez. He keeps getting the hand to it. It's not falling to anyone, which means it's a strong left arm, and he's able to push that ball away. Goalkeepers or goalkeeper coaches will tell us, 2 minutes, they'll tell us that's a routine save, but I think that's a difficult save.
That'll come through, and El Paso will work back out. Counter opportunity. They don't have the numbers, but an opportunity for Knutson, leaves it out there. Really his only choice. You've got about 90 seconds. Punch it out there, see if anyone comes through.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily for 901, he found himself in loads of space, 1v1, but he had nobody within 20, 30 yards to get in that box.
There should be a little over a minute remaining in the added time. Probably an opportunity for one more solid possession for El Paso to try to move forward.
No doubt. I think they'll be looking to try and get something here right at the end of the half.
And now they will not have DaCosta challenge Diaz. He'll lay back. Now Memphis a chance for their own counter. It's Lapa. Gives it away to the right side. Memphis has Kisiedu and DaCosta starting to march forward, but the opportunity that time from Kelly deflected away.
Yeah, so Memphis might get the last chance here.
Well, it looks like they'll give Memphis the opportunity for the counter if they're able to push away, likely the end of the opening half.
Yep.
You know, will be Malloy to take the corner. His corner from the near side earlier. They tried to go to the back side of the 18 very high. Here's the Celtic crossing corner. Header and a goal.
A goal.
And Memphis is going to take a 2-goal advantage into the half, and it looks like Lucas Turchi made the connection.
What a goal, what a ball, what a header. Lucas Turchi, what a little header from, just flicks it. Nobody follows him. Again, late in the half here, everyone probably thinks the ball is maybe, you know, they're not going to score from this, and Turchi thinks otherwise. That's a dagger. Great ball, loads of pace on it. Turchi's wide open, nobody near him at all. I don't know if they just switched off or they just, no, he just tries to arrive late. Yeah, it's too easy for him.
It's late in the season, but you may not have seen a better executed corner than what we just saw.
Yeah, brilliant. And again, I was just going to say, like, Lucas Turchi is great with his feet and he's really good in the air. I just can't believe he's wide open that much. That's way too easy.
You talk about gaining some momentum. a goal like that, and on the other hand, for El Paso to take the wind out of the sails.
Well, yeah, dagger.
Well, a goal in added time for Churchy Ward. Scored one in the 31st minute, and Memphis is going to be very pleased going into the locker room as 901 FC, in a very big match late in the season, takes a 2-0 advantage into the locker room.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's time to cash in on your home equity with our great low interest rates. We offer 1.99% APR for the first 6 months. If you're thinking about a major remodeling project, purchasing a new vehicle, funding a dream vacation, or more, a home equity line of credit from First South Financial is a great way to make that happen. Offer ends soon. To find out more, visit firstsouth.com or give us a call at 901-380-7400 today for details.
When people ask, why Bad Boy? It's simple. Every Bad Boy mower and every Bad Boy tractor are born from steel and built tough to the same standards that have made the Bad Boy brand legendary. Not only for toughness, but for power, for strength, for performance, quality, and comfort. These are the whys. You are the how. Start your legend, Bad Boy.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. I'm talking with longtime customers about why they love the Shot Nurse. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need. And I don't need an appointment. I love it.
For efficient wellness and immunization services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice.
Solutions you need with the personal touch. The Shot Nurse.
Well, the 901 FC fans enjoying a 2-goal lead here on a Saturday night in downtown Memphis as they're hoping to have another home game. Again, they're going to have to win the match. They're also going to need a Louisville loss tonight. They can clinch it. It may come down probably to the last match for all of the possessions. Speaking of which, let's take a look around the league as DaCosta running for Player of the Month. He was a nominee, one of 5 players nominated for that honor. He had 6 goals in September. He's been active tonight. Davian Kimbrough made some history. Sacramento Republic FC's Kimbrough, the youngest player in USL history to debut by 2 months, 13 years, 7 months, 13 days.
Unbelievable. I actually watched that. It's incredible to see a 13-year-old playing professional football.
And then next up for 901, they'll go out to New Mexico United. They will head on the road to round out the regular season. Memphis beat New Mexico 2-0 last year on the road, hoping to repeat that performance so they can finish it off tonight and then get that result in New Mexico. If they've got to go to the final match, that may be what locks up the number 4 spot and the home playoff match. But that's a look around the USL tonight on a Saturday evening on a chilly night, but Memphis leading it 2-0 here at AutoZone Park.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Two 2-0 Memphis as they hope to roll on to the home playoff appearance like that young man here at Zone Park.
Hoping I don't see my lads there, my kids.
Let's take a look at what's going on around the league here at the 2 matches remaining, and that's going to play out big for both of these teams, both El Paso trying to secure their spot and then Memphis trying to gain that home match for a second season. And teams will be looking at, of course, will be Monterey Bay and Oakland for El Paso. Memphis will be taking a look to see what happens with Louisville tonight, and that's very key. Those two teams came in tied for 4th. Memphis had a little bit on the differential, and as we take a look at it, Louisville with a 1-0 lead at Harper right now in the 65th minute.
Yeah, and still obviously still some time there to go. You'd be hoping if you're a Memphis fan for Hartford to tie that up late.
Meanwhile, Miami FC beats Charleston at 2-1. Full time for Detroit. They shut out Loudoun United 3-0. It's Pittsburgh at the half over Tampa Bay 1-0. And Rio Grande Valley leading Sacramento 1-0. Phoenix Rising and New Mexico United. They will play a little bit later tonight out west. And that's a look at the USL Championship scoreboard tonight and how it affects the standings. As you look here again, Memphis sitting in the number 4 spot. They have the goal differential at 5. Louisville a -2, both sitting with 49 points. Memphis, if they can play out with results, can end up grabbing that. It looks like Miami FC, that's going to be a fun race. Miami, Detroit City, Tulsa for the last spot.
Yeah, it's just coming down to the wire. This, we talked about it earlier in the year. I don't know who said it, but it's so tight this year. Every team can get in there in that group.
So here is a projection of what the playoffs could look like in the USL. And boy, there's your rivalry. Anytime Memphis and Louisville get together, it does not matter if it's 901 FC, a college team, another pro team. Those two cities, long history with each other.
Yeah, it could be, I would love to see that. I think Memphis 901 has some unfinished business as well in the playoffs from last year's ending.
Boy, Pittsburgh projected, and they'll be the number 1 seed. They've been so solid this season.
Yeah, they're just so good at what they do.
So that is a look at the projected playoff bracket. We'll see how that plays out. Meanwhile, Memphis in good position now. They lead it 2-0 in downtown Memphis.
American made means more than just being made in America. It means representing the values that our country is founded on. Hard work, independent spirit, revolutionary thinking, breaking a few rules, and doing it all for the right reasons. American-made bad boy mowers. Mow with an attitude.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. I'm talking with longtime customers about why they love the Shot Nurse. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need. And I don't need an appointment. I love it.
For efficient wellness and immunization services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice.
Solutions you need with the personal touch. The Shot Nurse.
First South has the best rates in town on CDs and IRAs. Guaranteed. In fact, if your local bank has a better rate, we'll beat it. When you open a CD or IRA with us, you'll also be banking with one of the strongest institutions in the nation. Now is the time to invest in your future. Stop by any of our banking centers or visit firstsouth.com to get started and experience how we're leading the way with strength, stability, and service. First South Financial, banking with friends since 1957.
Well, Memphis 901 FC got the goal in the added time from a Turchi on the corner kick. Ward scored in the 31st minute, and that brings us to the 2-0 advantage as we take a look at how things happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Memphis 901, you're absolutely delighted. Great strike here we see from Aaron Malloy. You know, early they really tested them. It's a super strike, and it's a brilliant save. He saw it late as well. It came through the legs. Just lots of little chances. 901 just opening them up. We see the Costa, whenever see that ball goes into his feet, it's really difficult. A few little chances from, you know, from El Paso. Nothing really, kind of half chances. Richard Sanchez has been fantastic in goal. Anything that's been thrown at him, he's really dealt with it quite easy back there. This one, I think, was a really, really good save. It did take a little bit of deflection as well, and it was under his feet.
You see it drop in again, and there's that great clearance by Akeem Ward.
Super from Akeem Ward. Here's the goal. We know Ward can hit him, and hey, he's claiming that little deflection. We need that luck. Brilliant strike. You see it here. Catches it really well. Strikes through the ball. Brilliant. And he is loving that. Here's another one from Malloy. I know it was in offside, I think, by the end, but good strike. And again, I think that's a brilliant save. That is a brilliant save. And here's the one at the end. Turchi wide open. Can't leave the big man like that, and he's just going to bang it home all day. I think he's actually shocked. He's got so much space, and he's never missing from there. Such a great header from the big fella.
Well, no luck needed there for Turchi, and that was an added time. That wrapped up the opening half to bring us to the 2-0 advantage for Memphis 901 FC here at the half tonight. Here's how it stacked up. Now, possession really swung back toward El Paso, and as you remember, it was about 67% possession the first 15 minutes of the first half for Memphis.
Yeah, and listen, like I said earlier, those stats, possession, I've sat here and so have you and said, oh, 901 has 70% possession and lost the game. So, hey, 2-0 is better than having 80% possession. So, you know, and I expected to swing a little bit more maybe. I think El Paso will get on the ball more. They'll maybe push, take more risks, and 901's going to have more chances.
No, and what El Paso's done, they've won the duels. They've been accurate on the passing, but Memphis has made the most, as you mentioned, of the opportunities. You go back to talk about Richard Sanchez a little bit, making his debut here tonight. The impressive thing is just the communication with the line in front of him. He's been able to sit back in the 6, keep his position. He's not had to go and force himself out to cut down angles, and that's not always the easiest thing to do when it's your first match with a new club. Yeah, he's done a great job. Every time he's been called upon, he's been brilliant. His distribution's been great. You know, he's called players off the ball. He's kicked it well. Hey, it's a great, great start from here at Memphis 901. Meanwhile, for Diaz, a little unfortunate. I think he's played a really clean game. The 2 goals again. One was a great strike by Ward, got a little bit of a deflection, and in the corner, nothing he could do about that. No, the 2 goals, not much you can do about them. I mean, deflection, and then the one from Turchi, he'll be absolutely raging at his defenders. I mean, he will, because he like you said, he's had a great game. He's been solid. He kicked well. He's made the saves he's needed to make, and he'll feel hard done by him. No doubt, the manager at the halftime for El Paso will be looking for a reaction. Will they keep the same lineup? Will they keep the same formation? Only time will tell here, but they're chasing now, so they're going to have to get one early. Well, we go inside a manager's head, and if you're Brian Clairhaut for El Paso, you can get back into your system for a while, but with a 5-3-2, that's not built to come down from 2 goals. At some point, you're going to have to maybe flip it, send another player or 2 up front and take some chances. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, the wing backs, I think they'll just push high now and just take loads of risks, and I think it's going to leave loads of chances. I'm sure listen, at 1-0, Clairhaut would have taken it, right, going into halftime. It's the soccer goal of where they just don't mark and it's lazy defending. He's going to have a go there. He's going to be telling them they're going to have to take some more risks. So, you know, 901's just going to have so many more chances, I think, this second half, unless
we see a little bit more of a spark in the final third from El Paso if they can get those wing backs really high. But can they get up and back is the question.
Meanwhile, if you're Stephen Glass, just stay in the same system. What you're doing right now is work.
Yeah.
Be patient, but don't go to a prevent mode either.
No, and again, it's a critical moment of the game here now, the first 10 minutes of the half.
Now Memphis 9-1 FC pressing forward quickly, smelling blood. Memphis gets a third score in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
It's done. This is a critical part of the game. 901 will not want them to get on the score sheet for sure, but this, if they can get on it early, El Paso, it's game on, unfortunately. But Stephen will be very happy with the first half. Yeah, he'll say, listen, control the game, get the ball down, shift it from side to side, keep doing what you're doing, and create those opportunities maybe for overloads in the final third in the wide areas.
Well, underway here in the second in Memphis, and they'll go long to Fernando. Has a couple drifting into the middle. Fernando's got a nice one-on-one opportunity. Leaves it for 15. They'll get a little bit of help back out to McFadden. Headed, but not much on that header. That really died. And retains possession for Memphis. I don't think that was a bad header. I think that was, here's an opportunity long. Not a bad header, at least Dollenbeer. That just died. I mean, you thought it was going to come maybe 15, 20 yards out. It ended up 10 yards away.
Yeah. I'll tell you what as well, just going back to Lucas Turci's, I don't think people realize how good that man is at spraying that ball. I mean, left foot, right foot. That pass to Luis Fernando, it's such a weapon. Such a weapon.
A little bit different look now from El Paso, as you talked about. Looks like 2 in the very back. They'll push 4 a little bit forward instead of 5, just sitting back across.
Yeah, more risks will have to be taken, no doubt.
So the teams will settle in now. A couple of minutes in here in the 47th minute. Diaz will work it away, and nothing going for Gomez as Vom Steeg was back out there to break it up. Now Memphis pushes forward again. That's Ward, sends it out to the left. Had Lapa down there. They'll work it back out. Malloy covered, so they'll switch sides to McFadden. Into the corner to Fernando. Fernando, quick touch. Nice job by Vom Steeg. Keeps possession for Memphis. Through, and Lapa will clean it up. Lapa winds up. Deflection, and Diaz, a nice save going to his right. Caught someone's head and thought for a moment may have a second strike from outside the 18.
Yeah, great strike from Bruno Lapa. There's just so much space in front of on the edge of the box. Loads of time. We've seen Kissy have. We've seen Malloy have 2 or 3. And that's why we've seen Kissy end up centrally, because they just, when the ball's in the wide areas, the opposite side winger seems to be coming in, finding that space in front of the box and getting these shots off.
That's going to be Kissiedu over there. Could not quite keep both feet in bounds.
And that's where they're having a lot of success is the fullback is maybe becoming the winger, and the winger's becoming centrally. So difficult to deal with. El Paso so far have struggled with it.
There will be a foul just past midfield. Quick kick, and they're going to blow the whistle. They'll bring that back.
There's our first yellow card.
Well, surprising you didn't see one in the first 10 minutes of the match. Not as much contact here in the second half, but they're going to get control of this thing quickly.
Yeah, he will. I would say there was probably worse tackles in the first half. Right.
And so the yellow issued. Kelly with the takeaway. A slide tackle there, and El Paso keeps possession. Now El Paso being forced back. Memphis may have an opportunity. McFadden in the midfield, and Malloy sends it right side. They'll get some space. Fernando now doubled up. Off the heel, McFadden crosses through, and a dangerous ball by one of his own players right in the hands of Diaz.
I don't think he meant that.
No, not at all.
Diaz has got to be scratching his head. What's going on? Great little play, overlap from McFadden. Great little ball into a dangerous area, and
Navarro,
he's lucky boy.
You talk about a soul-crushing goal if they get an own goal on that.
That's the trifecta there, really.
Hartford on the board, 79th minute with Louisville, and so Memphis doing at least the fans, and you and I doing a little scoreboard watching.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Again, a Memphis 901 FC win, a Louisville loss would clinch. If Louisville even pulls out a point, it still comes down to the last match of the season.
2-point advantage then for 901 though. Pressure's on.
It, as you mentioned, would take a little heat off on the road, because it's always tough going on the road to wrap it up. At that point, you're looking for just a draw, get a point on the road.
Draw takes care of it for you then, but 901, you know, they're hungry. They want to keep winning, keep that momentum going, and take it into the playoffs.
Petrovic back up high to Cavillo. Swinging out to Rose. He'll switch sides. And Diaz comes up again. Memphis still has, instead of DaCosta now, they've got Lapa kind of keeping an eye on Diaz, and if any little slip up, see if he makes a quick attack.
Yeah, they're just pressing with the front two. Lapa is playing in the number 10 role, and he's joining in with DaCosta if they can press the keeper. Obviously that leaves space then in behind. You know, maybe the number 6 can get on it for them and play out, which they're good enough to do.
Rose comes back now to McHugh. McHugh off the center. Nice pass as he finds Castesian. That's one thing we've not really talked about. Memphis has done a nice job to keep it away from Castesian. We've not called his name a lot tonight. He's a guy that takes a high amount of shots.
Yeah, he's drifted all over the park. He's tried to impact the game, but you know, he's getting the ball in wide areas, which I don't think that's his game. I think he needs the ball centrally to get on it.
Fag now going in deep to the backside. That's going to lead Kisiedu a little too much. Still keeps it in bounds. So Memphis has an opportunity here. Nice opportunity, and right into the hands of Diaz.
Another good chance.
Here's another look.
It's worth a look.
Diaz now wide to the left. Swings it over to Navarro. Navarro. And even with the extra push up, and Memphis doing just a really nice job in midfield, not letting El Paso really get past the center stripe right now. Look, a lot of time left just here in the 55th minute, but even with the adjustment, they're out of their system.
Yeah, I mean, and 901's line of confrontation is kind of just above the top of the circle, and then it maybe goes 5 more yards sometimes, and it's very difficult to break down. So doing a great job in their shape. You know, an odd time you'll see DaCosta go here just to force it one side, but the shape's been fantastic. The line of confrontation, I felt they've got it right all night, and it can be so difficult to break down then.
Here he goes, Fernando. Fernando puts it on net off the foot of McHugh.
We know he can nestle those in the top corner. So dangerous when he cuts in. Yeah, it was set up nicely for him. It just wouldn't stay down.
So 56th minute. And the 2-goal advantage continues for Memphis 901 FC. Well, we've seen Diaz drift out above the 18. Here in the second half, though, we've seen him drift out laterally, too. And that's where really he could go. If you go right in front of the net out, you've got a lot more protection. If he gets caught in the corner, goes long, you got a chance just to throw it on net and see if he can catch up with it.
Yeah.
Here we go to the right side, Fernando again. Journey looking for the one-timer, nobody home. DaCosta turned, and DaCosta was thinking, I believe Kisiedu may have been coming up the backside.
Yeah, it's amazing little ball from DaCosta. I think Kisiedu thought there's no way that ball is going to be able to, but he like swung his left, wrapped it around it, and it's a crafty little ball from the Brazilian. Too crafty for even Kisiedu to get on the end of it.
Now they're pushing Cavillo back. He's able to get rid of it to McHugh. Navarro taking a long look up, just can't find anyone open.
Yeah, just.
He had one player streaking down the right wing end of it, way off sides. No opportunity.
Yeah, just nothing's opening up. There you see Lapa pressing, DaCosta dropping in. And even in the long balls, if they're going to play long balls, it's got to be into some channels and try to stretch the Memphis back four, because right now it's too easy for them.
Into the 18, that one's going to slip away and go in, and it's a 3-goal lead. Fernando.
What a goal.
Man, they're having a blast now. A 3-goal lead in a huge, huge game.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Patient from 901. El Paso just could not get out. Kept taking risks and eventually win the ball back. Fantastic from the two boys. Here we see, once DaCosta gets on it, he waits, and he says, go on, Luis, get in there. And a lovely little finish. Diaz looking for offside, but what a finish. Just waiting. And he just says to his mate, go on, have that one. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's a nice strike as well to get it around Diaz. May have caught a piece of his foot. Diaz, again, did all he could to do to get out and cut down the angle. Just an excellent goal.
Yeah, difficult as well because he's left-footed, Fernando. So he opens his body, and it's, you know, like we said, Diaz tonight has just been left kind of high and dry in areas where it's tough saves to make. But fantastic from 901. Thoroughly deserved. El Paso just look out of ideas, and this could be more if I'm honest, Jeff. Unless something happens early here.
16th goal of the season for Fernando. Or DaCosta, excuse me. Touched up. Now El Paso, for the first time in the second half, really pushing in on Memphis. Here's another counter opportunity. Diaz way out of the net.
See the confidence.
Midfield, yes.
You see his confidence. I'll just take a touch around the striker here, no problems. I think he's done with playing in goal. I think he wants to play outfield tonight.
I'm not gonna sit back and just take these goals. I'm gonna get one of my own.
Why not? I'm gonna go out and help him.
Ward now to the left. Here in the 60th minute. And now Memphis 901 FC fans can really do some scoreboard watching. A 3-goal lead. Sure, they're on their phones on the USL Championship site, on the app, keeping a close eye on Hartford and Louisville, or Hartford had just leveled that match up at a goal apiece.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Through again, Lapa. Looking for a fourth, and there it is. Kisiedu.
Kisiedu's feeling that one. Absolutely, I hate to say it, but shambolic defending from El Paso. Shambolic.
And the party is on in downtown Memphis at 3rd and Union with a 4-goal lead in their final regular season home match of the year.
Yeah, great to see. Great for the fans. No idea what happened there. They're just in disarray. Lapa makes a run. Guy makes a tackle, kind of, and then that's the easiest finish that Laurent Kisiedu has ever had in his career, I'd say.
Well, I think the frustration by Navarro there is when he slipped, did not receive any help.
No. But again, they're losing the ball in areas that they should not be losing it. And it's really just shambolic from them tonight. It's and I think 901's going to try to put it on them if they can. You know, 4 goals, I'm sure they'll want more. Because, you know, there's been games here this year, Jeff, when it's been 1-0 and they've lost 1-0, or, you know, they've conceded a few. So, hey, the fans and everyone's going to enjoy this.
Well, 901 FC scored 4 or more 4 times this year. June 21st against Tulsa, a 4-0 victory. They did it with a 4-2 win over Hartford September 16th. The 23rd at Tampa Bay 4-2. Their season high against Miami FC back June 3rd, a 5-1 victory. So they've got an opportunity to tie that season high of 5. And heck, they've got 28 minutes at least. There's no telling what they can get to.
I have a feeling they might.
So some subs coming in for El Paso. Garcia in for Costigian, who really, in no disrespect, was kind of a non-factor tonight, a guy that we were really eager to see.
Yeah, non-factor completely in the match tonight. Just couldn't get anything going.
Memphis looking for DaCosta. So McHugh stays in to anchor that line.
I expect 901 to make a few subs. I'm sure them subs are eager to get in on the action if they're over there.
May see some of the youngsters here tonight before it's over.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I don't quite think we'll see a 13-year-old like we saw in the league the other night.
No, 13.
That's still an amazing number that we looked at earlier.
It's rare. Yeah, it's rare. And he's quite the talent, actually. You have to be at that level and getting in and playing.
Back to Churchy, who had that beautiful header to end the opening half. And really, that's what swung the momentum. You had a 1-goal lead. You're looking last opportunity with the 2 minutes at a time. They're going to give Memphis the corner opportunity. Uncontested header off the foot from Malloy straight to Churchy. And that just took the wind out.
Yeah, that goal, if you're the manager, that goal is the catalyst for this to fall apart, really.
And depending on what happens the next couple of days with, you know, Monterey Bay and Oakland, the final match now looms really big now for El Paso coming out of this.
Yeah, I was going to actually say that. El Paso now, this is massive implications for them.
And it looks like we have a Memphis player potentially cramping up a little bit over by the officials table. It's Fernando.
Yeah, he's just coming off.
Yep, here comes your first sub of the night. Hedman will check in. Hedman out of Dallas, Texas, has some MLS experience, also Scottish Premier League. Comes by way of Atlanta United. Talked about him. What a pickup for Memphis.
Yeah, another fantastic player. Has played at Bournemouth, Rangers in the Scottish Premier League. Against that tie with Atlanta United from Stephen Glass. And, you know, Hyndman was fantastic when he first came in. Few little knocks and injuries, but great to see him back fit, getting minutes before the playoff run, because he could be huge for us.
66th minute, a 4-goal lead for Memphis 901 FC.
4-goal lead, Jeff. You and I were talking this could be a tight game tonight, and you know, I thought it still could be if it went in at 1-0 at half-time, but we talk about it, that goal, the manager will be so unhappy with that one, because it's just a sucker punch so late, and it's tough to come out in the second half with that.
Stephen Glass obviously is going to be pleased, even if the score ends up at 4-0. He's going to be pleased with the win, but I think he's going to be extremely pleased with the approach of his team. They played El Paso exactly how you have to play them. Be very patient, let the opportunities present yourself when they're putting 5 on defense. Yeah, and we
saw them, I think it was the first 10 seconds of the game, their persistence to keep playing out. Like in the first minute, in the corner, they could have cleared it, didn't clear it, passed it and kept. And I was sitting over here going, surely this is not going to be how it is for the whole night. And then they started to have a period where they did clip the ball and they did cause us a little bit of trouble. But then they kind of stopped and went back to just, you know, playing out. And I don't mind playing out, but they were just losing the ball in dangerous areas a lot.
Well, off to the left, that's clear. That's their best opportunity right there of the second half. They look to get it to Petrovic. Back to Donald Mayer. Cal Fullerton product. He's originally out of Thousand Oaks, California. We'll swing it back. This is Nick Hines, one of the subs, originally out of Sunrise, Florida. Moves it up to Rose. Things happen when you're down 4-0, just something like that, a little bit of a high pass, a bit of a careless attempt, and you give up the ball.
It's gonna, again, there's still so much time left as well, and I think they're gonna be careless. They're gonna make a load of subs. If you're the manager now, you're like thinking, here, I'm gonna get a few of these lads off because we gotta win. We gotta win next week. I'm thinking. So it's you know, it could get even more careless, Jeff, if I'm honest.
Well, what El Paso has working for them, one of the teams they're battling with is Oakland, and that's who they will wrap the season up with. So at least you don't have to have someone help you out. You directly get to play a team that you need to stay ahead of or beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's still, you know, he'll be disappointed tonight. This is the time of the season. You don't want to be letting in 4 goals. This could become a marquee kind of match for everyone to scout, right? And then just set up same as 901, and you know they're going to create some chances. So it's going to be a lot of soul searching after this game for El Paso.
Luis Herrera checks in for El Paso for Petrovic. This makes this the 100th appearance for Herrera with El Paso. They've got a couple of players tonight if they were to get in to make their 100th appearance of their club.
Yeah, I love that. 100 appearances, amazing.
It ends up a draw. Hartford and Louisville, they draw at 1 goal apiece, so that match is final. So Memphis will not be able to clinch, but they're in good position going into the last match of the regular season.
Yeah, they're not even far off third as well at the moment. With Charleston is in third now. You know, they've dropped off tonight with that loss, and you know, another win in the final game of the season. And if Charleston lost, Memphis would be only 1 point away from third spot. So, you know, fascinating season. Obviously, you know, 901 has lost games, and we've thought they're going to lose out ground, but the league has been so tight this year. You know, teams like tonight, did you ever expect bottom of the table Hartford to get a draw at Louisville at Lynn Stadium? So it's a testament to every club as well. It's stronger, it's getting stronger every year, the championship, and more difficult in all facets.
Well, the thing where you really have to give credit to 901 and Stephen Glass in his first season, this year. It was the sequence in July. It was a July, obviously, to forget for Memphis 9-0 FC. They got out to such a hot start.
Yeah.
Then they go through the month of July and grab just 2 points on a couple of draws. For a lot of clubs, that could derail a season. He talked, I know Pete Pranica talked to him. He said, look, it's a long season. You're going to go through a couple of spells. You just have to stay the path.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the professional game is a long season, unlike what we deal with in the college ranks. It's quick, it's fast, it's, you know, you don't have time to gain form, where these guys, you know, they can pick up a few injuries, you know, ride out a month, get a couple of points, and then, you know, have a huge month where someone kicks off like DaCosta and gets 6-7 goals. So it, you know, and he's an experienced campaigner, both as a manager and a player. So he knows, and he's kept the troops going, he's kept them rallied, he's kept them engaged. And like I said, there was tough months, but they've rebounded well. They could end up at 1 point off third, really.
Well, after the month of July, over the last, since August 2nd, Memphis has come away with 9 results to make this late season surge.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And this is the time you want to peak. Obviously, get the best form going into the playoffs.
'72nd minute, and Memphis up comfortably 4-0. So with the draw, Louisville and Harvard, there will be something on the line. That final match off the back foot that time of Hidman. And he'll pick up that foul. He swung Herrera around. Over and too high to nobody.
Too high to nobody. It's a half run. It's just been the story of the match for them tonight.
You know, El Paso's brought on their subs. Memphis with a couple, but El Paso we saw clear it out about 10 minutes ago. So a lot of new personnel out there for the Locomotive.
Yeah, you have to if you're them. You know, like we said, that last game at Oakland is going to be massive now for them, so can't afford to pick up any injuries.
Here's Hines with a little acceleration. Throws it in the middle and just over the header. That could have been a pretty header for El Paso. Not a bad cross for Hines.
Yeah, it's where has that been all night for them though? You know, that little surge, get past somebody, whip a good ball.
They had Delamere working with it. Now Memphis in the attacking third. They'll just throw it back to the mid-third. Into neutral territory to Malloy.
You know, and you're going to get some of these El Paso lads coming on and saying, hey, you know, I need to start next game. Maybe Hines is one of them. Look, I mean, that's a fantastic run from him. He's shown he's got a bit about him already.
74th minute. Couple of goals in the first half. Again, it was Ward early, late in the 31st minute, and then Turchi in the extra time. Fernando and Kisiedu early in the second half to virtually put this match away for all practical purposes.
It was game over at the third for sure. Third goal before that.
Sacramento with a 3-2 lead over Rio Grande Valley in the 68th minute. A lot of jackets, a lot of hoodies, a lot of caps again. This is football weather late. This is your type.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I'm still in t-shirt in this weather.
Wake up this morning and ask why everyone's grabbing a coat.
Absolutely.
Don Sanchez takes every bit of the 18 on the lateral portion of it.
And he'll want that clean sheet. He's going to want that clean sheet. But, you know, you can see a little bit of the impact already from these players that have come on. Like Garcia, Hines, just more mobility in the final third, making runs in dangerous areas. where was this, the players they had on? So, again, like I said, some of these guys will be saying, hey, I want to play in that Oakland game. I want to play in the playoffs if we make it. And they could throw in the towel, but they seem to, the impact of the bench is kind of helping them.
And Delamere keeps that one. Got in a one-on-one that time with DaCosta. Like Stephen Glass is going to be making some moves here shortly as well. They turn it over to Hedman. Hands it over, feed by DaCosta, looking for Kisiedu on the backside. And Dylan Borzak will come in, and Kisiedu's night is done. He got the "if there was any doubt" goal.
Yeah.
There is none now.
He got that one. Great for Kisiedu. He was feeling it tonight. Had a hand in Akeem Ward's goal as well, so good to get him firing before these playoffs.
Well, volleys it off his head, stays alive down the left side, and you talk about that effort, trying to get some time maybe, and that's Chris Garcia doing all he can. And now the frustration boils over just a little bit.
Yeah, McFadden holding the ball, Garcia not happy with it. Ref comes in and deals with it, but again, you see the willing runner that Garcia is. He's brought a lot of pace. He's trying to unbalance the back four, and it's working.
Well, nice scramble for the ball. McFadden kind of got tied up. There you go. There it goes. I don't know. It's so much that he held the ball that he got that little shove in the back. Or a combination of both, probably.
I'll give credit to El Paso. They're still going. 4-0 down, but they're still going.
Chance for the Locomotive. This is as good as a corner. Not good contact on the header to go straight up.
Yeah, but if you're Stephen Glass as well, though, you're kind of worried. We don't want to drop off, right? We don't want to give them a free header in the box there. We want to give Richard Sanchez a clean sheet. That should be. I'm sure it's traveling through the team there. I'm sure the message from the bench is do not concede. Every player that's coming on the pitch, hey, add on to the score, but do not concede.
But I'm sure a message too, and you would understand this as a coach, as a manager at the collegiate level. In the incident with McFadden, it's good that he walked away.
Yeah.
Look, you don't want something to get out of hand with 12 minutes remaining. You get a red card, and we've lost you for the final match of the season.
Absolutely. You don't need any craziness here late on the game. Just manage it. Game management, see it out.
El Paso, by the way, speaking of red cards, only club in the league without a red card this year.
Oh. That's a dangerous stat you're just giving away there, Jeff.
Little stutter step by Herrera. Gives it up, in Memphis, they'll be content to just trade the ball in the middle third right now for the remainder of the match, not let them have a run or a counter, as you were talking about.
Yeah, he just clipped his heels a little bit.
So Malloy goes long. Borzak into the corner. It's a nice long ball to put it on target. Now switch out onto the wing. Back up to Lapa. And now Memphis will just spread things out. Vom Stieg. A little over 10 minutes remaining here tonight in downtown Memphis. Last thing you want, as always, in that final home match is to give the fans and supporters something to remember. Hopefully you're coming back for a home playoff game, but send them out with a very good match. They have done a nice job coming out supporting their club again this season in downtown Memphis. Going to leave with a good taste in your mouth one way or the other, either with the big win and then maybe knowing that you're coming back home, and here comes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Memphis known for its wrestling. That was a pretty good takedown.
Yeah, easy for the ref.
And here comes our second yellow of the night. Lemire will pick it up.
Lovely little through the legs from DaCosta. Brilliant.
Well, that'll harken back to the days of the Mid-South Coliseum.
and now if you're El Paso, you don't want one of his players to get sent off. So a lot of management still left in this for both sides. And here we see the changes.
It's like Dolly coming in, and now Memphis really going to empty it over there. See a lot of new faces coming in now for 901 FC. Samuel Carriego will be in the match. Malloy, excellent night. That great corner to Turchi. Really,
yeah.
If you look back at it, to me, the play of the match.
Yeah, it's the killer blow. Great ball. It knocks the stuffing out of them. It's you know, you didn't want to say it at that point, Jeff, but it was probably game over at that once that ball went in. And now you bring on, you know, Knight Pickering, hungry for goals. Dylan Borchak, you know, Rashan Dali, Carriega, just more quality to add to the attacking prowess.
And Knight Pickering, what a great story, came in. Got those early goals for the 18-year-old. He's settled in, but what an immediate impact. And with a lot of experience just for an 18-year-old right now going forward. Has a really bright future.
Yeah, he does, and he's I think it was the last game here when we lost 1-0. He always gets a chance. Do not be shocked here in the 9 minutes that he gets a goal. He's got a nose for the goal, the young fella. Ball seems to drop always to him. He's good when the ball in the wide areas. He makes a run across defenders. He does everything that he's supposed to do. You can tell he's, you know, obviously well coached when he was younger, but he's got a real brain, because a lot of people are well coached and still don't do the basics, and he does it really, really well.
It'll be really fun to watch him as he gets older, into his early to mid-20s, as his body develops a little bit more time in the strength and conditioning. It has that size and really develops how strong he's going to be.
Yeah, there's lots of potential in him, and you know, I think if you're Stephen Glass, you're hoping a lad like him gets a goal maybe here tonight, because he could be important in the playoff run.
Quickly back up top. Edmund sends it to Vom Stieg. Around 7 minutes remaining. Here in the 84th minute. Now trying to find an opening, and right back to McFadden on the sideline. And we'll do it again. Into the corner is Dally. And McFadden will bring it just up the wing. Now Memphis is going to bring it back. Smart play here. Reorganize, get some space. It's been congested down there as you work the ball up.
Yeah, just get on the ball, settle the nerves.
In midfield, Rose trying to make the turn. DaCosta with a slide tackle. Well, the look on DaCosta's face, you would not think it is a 4-goal advantage right now.
He's hungry tonight for more. He's hungry for more. He's had an assist to Costa, but he's not had a goal, which in a 4-0 game you'd imagine he's definitely getting one, but he has been class tonight. He's been brilliant.
Early in the 86th minute. So again, Memphis almost got everything they wanted tonight. They're going to get the 3 points here. They did not get the rally from Hartford, although Hartford did come back to level it up, and they end up even with Louisville tonight, 1-1.
Yeah, it's a great night for them. They just need the clean sheet now and get minutes for these players and be happy. A happy club tonight.
So they'll have a 2-point lead on Louisville. And if my math is right, you just get a result on the road should wrap up that 4th spot in a home game.
Yep. And I think, does Louisville go to Tampa in the last game?
Yes.
Again, and, you know, Tampa's obviously locked in, whatever, but, you know, you're going to want momentum going into the playoffs. Like, you're not going to want to back off and rest players, so it's difficult.
Well, especially when you're in a single elimination format.
Absolutely, yeah. 100%.
You know, if you're in a best of 3, a best of 5, well, you may rest some guys, settle into the playoffs, but there's no settling in to the USL Championship.
You got to win games, and you got to have momentum. And 901, this 4-0, if it ends 4-0, is a great way to go into the last game. And then 901's going to want to have a repeat performance away from home. You know, pick up a result, any result, and then home crowd advantage then for Louisville. What a night that would be.
Now they will go long again, and McFadden there to head it away, present no opportunity for El Paso.
They have been actually better when they've put balls in dangerous areas and, you know, made 901 kind of retreat back. They didn't have those runs in the first half, or even in the early second half. Since they've made the changes, they've actually been a little bit more threatening.
Cavillo into Rose,
which is going to make that manager think.
They'll switch sides, 1v1. And they'll make the smart play. They'll clear it up to midfield. Still time for a Memphis counter. And a hold that time. Foul. Going to be on Hedman. Quick restart that time for the Locomotive, stumbling and keeping his feet. Nice effort. And he'll draw a foul. So he'll create a free kick for El Paso. I believe that was Sinupe. Not much on the free opportunity, though.
Yeah, they just kind of wasted it, really.
Well, the little trip that time, Chris Garcia trying to lobby for something, and Sinman got into the back of him a little bit on the trip. Well, if you're El Paso with just over a minute to go, look, you're not going to rally from 4 goals down, but if you can pick up a goal, just get any kind of momentum going into that final match.
Yeah, of course. Anything. I mean, and again, I gave them credit. They've pushed hard. I think the subs have been fantastic since they come in, and you know, I just think it's a
little bit of a bend. Not enough. Memphis able to clear it to midfield.
It's just been, you know, poor goals at poor times, really, that have cost them tonight.
No posting of added time yet, so less than a minute remaining. looks like they will play this out off the inbound as 901 FC is going to pick up a big win here tonight. It was a huge matchup. They will add 2 minutes of added time.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. Stephen Glass will be happy with it.
Well, it was the stoppage time that gave Memphis that critical second goal in the first half. So.
You know, we have had some stoppages tonight. We've had obviously the 4 goals. We've had a couple of players down. You know, I thought maybe more than 2 minutes, but if you're 901, you don't want too much minutes. You want to get that clean sheet and get out of here.
Knight Pickering with the touch. So they'll work it back over to the right side to Daly. Dolly feeds it back into midfield. Now Turchi with about a minute remaining. They'll just fire it downfield. Looking for DaCosta, keeps it in bounds. DaCosta gets around with the left foot. That's going to be right to Diaz.
He's trying. He's trying. He's trying hard. Anything he can have a shot at.
So Memphis again here in midfield. So around 30 seconds remaining here in the stoppage time. One last opportunity, maybe to get 5 for 901. That's Pickering, just wide of the post.
What I tell you, Jeff, he always gets a chance, the young lad.
And that will do it. The final opportunity as Pickering had the final touch on just the...
He did save it, actually. He did save it, actually. It was a good save.
Just a brilliant night tonight for 901 FC. Could not have asked for a better evening.
Absolutely. Stephen Glass be buzzing with that. Fans happy. 4 goals, clean sheet. Richard Sanchez debut. Brilliant night. Absolutely brilliant night.
Well, they gave their fans and supporters a treat here this evening. 2 goals in the first half, 2 in the second. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll come back with the man of the match and wrap things up. 901 FC, they win it tonight over the El Paso Locomotive 4-0. Back in just a moment.
American made means more than just being made in America. It means representing the values that our country is founded on. Hard work, independent spirit, revolutionary thinking, breaking a few rules, and doing it all for the right reasons. American-made bad boy mowers. Mow with an attitude.
At First South Financial, whether you're buying your first home or refinancing your current home, we will always find the most efficient home financing solution for your needs. First South Financial is a full-service mortgage lender offering VA, FHA, conventional, jumbo, and adjustable rate mortgage loans. We even offer loans with no points, fees, or closing costs. Let our lending experts help you find the loan that's just right for you. Visit firstsouth.com today.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. For efficient immunizations and wellness services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need.
The Shot Nurse.
At Junk Luggers, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible. We're a locally owned business, striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills. We stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
A 4-0 victory tonight, and no one trashes Tennessee clean sheet. Going to go to that man right there, Richard Sanchez's debut, and outstanding performance, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Every time he was called upon, he was brilliant. Great communication, great with his feet, made the saves when he had to. Brilliant.
And the man of the match, Laurent Koscielny, had an assist and a goal.
Yeah, Laurent, great night. We talked about him early in the game. We wanted to get him on the ball more, and he did exactly that. Assist, and then a wonderful little goal for himself at the end, and, you know, man of the match, thoroughly deserved.
And couldn't have had a better night for Memphis FC. Last regular season home match, maybe another one in the playoffs. Solid performance tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything went right for them. The game plan they did, it was fantastic. It was a perfect night in perfect weather.
Well, early on, the possession went to El Paso, or rather Memphis. El Paso flipped it. This is a match that you talked about. Sometimes the numbers can be a little deceiving. You look at accurate passes and possession.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, we've all seen these games. Possession is high, and we lose 1-0, and we're all wondering, scratching our heads. But hey, possession sometimes is not the stats you want. Even the shot stats sometimes, you know, you can have 15 shots to 4 and someone wins 1-0. So they managed the game really well tonight. Stephen Glass will be super happy. Players will be super happy. Momentum is with 901. Let's get that home game. Wouldn't that be fantastic, Jeff?
Well, a big number there. They did not allow one shot on target from El Paso.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So an all-round perfect night for them.
And to look at the numbers in this match. Well, it's a 4-0 win tonight for Memphis 901 FC as they will greet their fans in the final home match of the regular season. And they will go on the road to wrap up the regular season and potentially another home match coming in the playoffs. That'll wrap it up for us here tonight at AutoZone Park for our entire staff here tonight and my broadcast partner, Inda Crahan. I'm Jeff Brightwell. Thanks so much for joining us from downtown Memphis, where Memphis 901 FC again shuts out the El Paso Locomotive by a score of 4-0. Good evening, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
For El Paso and Memphis. For El Paso and Memphis, able to work it back to the middle third. Long ball, through ball, nice pass to DaCosta. DaCosta has a slam on the brakes as they cut down the angle. For El Paso and Memphis, able to work it back to the middle third. Long ball, through ball, nice pass to DaCosta. DaCosta has a slam on the brakes as they cut down the angle. Diaz did a nice job coming out, not allowing the angle, and Memphis will reorganize. Little pressure up top. Now Ward able to set it. Nifty pass back out to Casiedo. High again to Fernando. And that's going to 901 FC, 13-9 and 10. They're +5 in the scoring margin. 49 points on the season, sitting tied for 4th. Trying to get that final home playoff spot. Top of the 18 from about 25 yards out and a nice save. Trying to get that final home playoff spot. Top of the 18 from about 25 yards out and a nice save by 23 shots. So do not want to allow the lanes in the organization. For Memphis, a heel touch looking for the pass. Diaz 23 shots. So do not want to allow the lanes in the organization. For Memphis, a heel touch looking for the pass. Diaz on the right. He'll take the kick. Headed away by Memphis on the right. He'll take the kick. Headed away by Memphis. Quick punch that time looking for Navarro, and they break loose. Here's an opportunity. Cross, and it's just a little bit behind. Nice pass by Miles. Quick punch that time looking for Navarro, and they break loose. Here's an opportunity. Cross, and it's just a little bit behind. Nice pass by Miles. Quick punch that time looking for Navarro, and they break loose. Here's an opportunity. Cross, and it's just a little bit behind. Nice pass by Miles.
And, you know, as it gone on, I think El Paso have grown into it now.
Long ball to Lions. It's Lions again trying to turn the corner.
And, you know, as it gone on, I think El Paso have grown into it now.
Long ball to Lions. It's Lions again trying to turn the corner.
And, you know, as it gone on, I think El Paso have grown into it now.
Long ball to Lions. It's Lions again trying to turn the corner. To take the corner. Villa will come up. They'll just tap it to him. They'll set it up from about 30 off the back of Malloy. Long to the left. El Paso. They've got Lions trailing in the 18. Knutson, and that one's going to come through. And long to the left. El Paso. They've got Lions trailing in the 18. Knutson, and that one's going to come through. And some movement and a free ball, and a nice job by the 901 defense as Sanchez had gone to his right, leaving the net. Some movement and a free ball, and a nice job by the 901 defense as Sanchez had gone to his right, leaving the net. Some movement and a free ball, and a nice nice job by the 901 defense as Sanchez had gone to his right, leaving the net.
You know, obviously El Paso want to get into that back five.
Here's a chance, but written off the ball.
You know, obviously El Paso want to get into that back five.
Here's a chance, but written off the ball.
You know, obviously El Paso want to get into that back five.
Here's a chance, but written off the ball for Malloy. For Malloy. For Malloy.
As well, get more shots off. Test this keeper.
Ball wrestled away from Costigan, and here's an opportunity. One-on-one as Fernando.
As well, get more shots off. Test this keeper.
Ball wrestled away from Costigan, and here's an opportunity. One-on-one as Fernando.
As well, get more shots off. Test this keeper.
Ball wrestled away from Costigan, and here's an opportunity. One-on-one as Fernando. He had that initial opportunity. Still a chance for Memphis. Ward gets through and scores. He had that initial opportunity. Still a chance for Memphis. Ward gets through and scores.
What a strike.
He had that initial opportunity. Still a chance for Memphis. Ward gets through and scores.
There'll be they might step it up, but any sort of DaCosta's, there'll be they might step it up, but any sort of DaCosta's.
Here's Kisiedu again. Nice pass to Kelly. Kelly looking for the back door, a little bit high of DaCosta. You would think they play twice a season.
Yeah, no love lost already in the tackles and everything.
Header, they were looking for Lapa. Sends it through. We'll see what Memphis has in store. Malloy shoots off of Diaz. Sends it through. We'll see what Memphis has in store. Malloy shoots off of Diaz. The yellow card, was able to talk and kind of get control of things.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. It's what you want to see.
Dangerous opportunity. Sanchez knocks it away on the shot. The yellow card, was able to talk and kind of get control of things.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. It's what you want to see.
Dangerous opportunity. Sanchez knocks it away on the shot. The yellow card, was able to talk and kind of get control of things.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. It's what you want to see.
Dangerous opportunity. Sanchez knocks it away on the shot. Will work back out. Counter opportunity. They don't have the numbers, but an opportunity for Knutson, leaves it out there. Really his only choice. It's a chance for their own counter. It's Lapa. Gives it away to the right side. Memphis has Kisiedu into Costa. Retains possession for Memphis. I don't think that was a bad header. I think that was, here's an opportunity. Retains possession for Memphis. I don't think that was a bad header. I think that was, here's an opportunity. Retains possession for Memphis. I don't think that was a bad header. I think that was, here's an opportunity. Through, and Lapa will clean it up. Lapa winds up. Deflection, and Diaz a nice. Will clean it up. Lapa winds up. Deflection, and Diaz a nice. Will clean it up. Lapa winds up. Deflection, and Diaz a nice. They'll get some space. Fernando. Fernando now doubled up. Off the heel, McFadden. Crosses through, and it takes. They'll get some space. Fernando. Fernando now doubled up. Off the heel, McFadden. Crosses through, and it takes. They'll get some space. Fernando. Fernando now doubled up. Off the heel, McFadden. Crosses through, and it takes.
Get on it.
Now going in deep to the backside. That's going to lead Kisiedu a little too much. Still keeps it inbounds. So Memphis has an opportunity here. Nice opportunity, and right into the hands of Diaz. Opportunity here. Nice opportunity, and right into the hands of Diaz.
Got it right all night, and it can be so difficult to break down then.
There he goes, Fernando. Fernando puts it on.
Got it right all night, and it can be so difficult to break down then.
There he goes, Fernando. Fernando puts it on.
Got it right all night, And it can be so difficult to break down then.
Here he goes, Fernando. Fernando puts it on. Just to throw it on net, see if he can catch up with it.
Yeah.
Here we go to the right side, Fernando again. Journey looking for the one-timer, nobody home to Costa. Turns just to throw it on net, see if he can catch up with it.
Yeah.
Here we go to the right side, Fernando again. Journey looking for the one-timer, nobody home to Costa. Turns just to throw it on net, see if he can catch up with it.
Yeah.
Here we go to the right side, Fernando again. Journey looking for the one-timer, nobody home to Costa. Turn.
Balls, if they're going to play long balls, it's got to be into some channels and try to stretch the Memphis back four, because right now it's too easy for them.
Into the 18, that one's going to slip away and go in, and it's a 3-goal lead. Fernando.
Balls, if they're going to play long balls, it's got to be into some channels and try to stretch the Memphis back four, because right now it's too easy for them.
Into the 18, that one's going to slip away and go in, and it's a 3-goal lead. Fernando.
Balls, if they're going to play long balls, it's got to be into some channels and try to stretch the Memphis back four, because right now it's too easy for them.
Into the 18, that one's going to slip away and go in, and it's a 3-goal lead. Fernando. To just level that match up at a goal apiece.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Through again, Lapa. Looking for a fourth, and there it is. Kisiedu.
Kisiedu's feeling that one.
To just level that match up at a goal apiece.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Through again, Lapa. Looking for a fourth, and there it is. Kisiedu.
Kisiedu's feeling that one. They have a period where they did clip the ball and they did cause us a little bit of trouble, but then they kind of stopped and went back to just, you know, playing out. And I don't mind playing out, but they were just losing the ball in dangerous areas a lot.
Off to the left, that's clear. That's their best. Good as a corner. It's good as a corner. It's good as a corner. With a good taste in your mouth, one way or the other, either with the big win and then maybe knowing that you're coming back home, and here comes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Memphis with a good taste in your mouth, one way or the other, either with the big win and then maybe knowing that you're coming back home, and here comes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Memphis. A little bit of a bend. A little bit of a bend. A little bit of a bend. No posting of added time yet, so they'll just fire it downfield. Looking for DaCosta, keeps it in bounds. DaCosta gets around with the left foot. That's going to be right to Diaz. Opportunity maybe to get 5 for 901. That's Pickering. Last opportunity maybe to get 5 for 901. That's Pickering.